This is Shereen Gamal from American University in Cairo. I'm very happy and glad to meet you all here. It's a great pleasure to me, actually, to present what we had done for the last 10 years using Argos. Thank you for giving me the chance to tell you about this. Now, let me tell you about our institution, our American University in Cairo. It has been founded since 1919. AUC is a leading English language American accredited institution for higher education and center of intellectual, social and cultural life in Arab world. We are not a big institution, just the enrollment is just 7,000, but we are trying always to provide the best practices and having things done properly for our students. Let me tell you about the numbers. Numbers talk. We have Banner, Lucian Banner, and we have almost 926 users using Banner. Out of them, we have 490 who are using Argos as well. Most of them are data block designer, which is very high percentage of, you can say, high usage and proper using of the system. And with proper high role in Argos. We adopted Argos since 2010, and since then we have a lot of challenges on how to use Argos and how to make it work for the whole university. But I would like to tell you there was no problem without a solution, and the team here for Evisions were really great. The support team were always with us, and they never failed us. Let's talk first about the access challenges. Whenever you have this as a beginning, as a tool, you would always struggle with the access control. Who will have this control? Who will be the admin? And how to define the roles inside the system. It's very easy, and I'd like to tell you that the roles, the groups, and having this maps configuration tool in Argos, this is a great advantage. It helped the administrators to properly set up the system for everyone and according to the approved policy of the university. Something else that I would like to say, it's about the report execution itself. It is very important to make your users own the system and get control into the Argos. It's their system, their new home, and at the end of the day, they will be the one who will run the reports. What you need actually to control is, or to ask about, how will you run your reports and when? And who will be responsible to do this? Timing is very important. Having kind of information not added to the system for new users may, or not having data at a certain limit of time may just let them feel that the system failed them, which is actually, it's a deadline or a timing problem, not related at all to the system or to the one who created the reports. Usually at the end, I'd like to tell you, if you are from the IT side or the one who creates the report, you're always the one who gets the blame at the end. So it is just what happened all over. What you need to do actually is to provide information to the users how to use and when to use these models. Argos dashboards are very powerful. It will let you do a lot of things through this. Also, it is important to define the report type. If this report will be just an ad hoc report for replying an ad hoc question, or it will be just running on a daily basis or monthly basis. Who will be using this? Is it an administration or just operational users trying to finish their work? This also will be decisions for the Argos admins in each department to define. What Argos also allows you to have or control the type of data that you will have access to, like having dashboards displaying charts and also displaying data in a proper way for decision making, having the schedulers Bursting is one of, as Holiday told you about bursting, this one of the scheduler functions that can be used to multiply send emails, personalized emails to each and every one, maybe student emails or advisors, whatever, or faculty, according to the bursting function that you create in the system. Also, the best about Argos that it helps sometimes in doing bulk data manipulation over the banner data, which I believe sometimes this is important. But always keep in mind that access is very important. And who should be accessing this? It should be a very limited number of users, not everyone. Now for the access challenges I've told you about, you can see a screen of the maps configuration. Only admins are having access to this, who have the Argos administration role. And now you have users and groups, and you can link users to different groups. And once you get this, they will have access to different folders in Argos and to different functions. Also, you can have LDAP configuration to let the same email account credentials used maybe throughout the system through Argos and for connecting into the system. We have also this roles inside Argos. This is something that we need to tell. It's different. You may be a data block designer or report writer or report reader. According to the function or according to your role on running data, it's important for the setup to be done. One of the challenges that has been fixed easily, I can tell you about the deadlines. Running reports is okay, but having the data on time is very important. We have this common part, the highlighted in red here, to tell users when to run those dashboards. So this will be important whenever they open the data block to know when to use it and if it is now the time or not. According to that, they can configure what they need to do, if this is the proper data block to run or not. Also, this is for super users, super user access, how to do DML on maps. You define the user and or the group of users that will have access to allow insert or delete data, update, and this Actually, I think is the better way for doing this is to use one of the Arcade packages on the server side of Banner and try to use this from inside after allowing the access on maps. So it is something dual. From the database side, there is a part of work to be done. It is highly secured, and also from the other side is through the maps to allow some users to do this change in data bulky. Now let's go to success stories that we have with Argos. Since we adopted Argos in 2010, I can tell you that we have this, I never stopped receiving requests with very challenging reports. And sometimes it's not a report, it's a dashboards. And Argos was always supportive, and it never failed me, by the way. We have this transcript solution. It has been requested by Evisions since the beginning of Argos adoption. We have this different schools. Each one of them wants its transcript. It's not unified. It wants it to be different, and they want to have control over it. Banner, as a system, allows for configuring this, but not with high resilient system or malleable system to make each one have what he wants. So we needed Argos, and we needed to use this to print the transcripts. We want this to be highly secured, which actually we got at the end. This is the transcript. This is the development itself. It was done by Evisions team, the development team here. What I can tell you about this, that the system does not violate any kind of function put on Banner. It usually fills the tables of the request for a transcript. So at the end of the day, you can do your statistics over the requests or to get the statistics. But from the other side, you can run it from here. And there is no function lost between Banner and what we have on Argos. It's an extra mile on the report itself, or on the transcript itself when it runs. This is the output. We requested this output to be done this way. Banner did not give us what we want through the transcript function. Also, one of the good things about Argos is the control of the look and feel of the documents. I have one of my friends here from the admission office. She was working in admission, Shereen Gamal, at the end of the room. She's the one who requested for having the letters generator. This dashboard was actually used to create and email the admission letters directly to students whenever the final decisions are added. I think this was a great achievement to email the student their admission letters. Maybe they will come after all to get and finish their credentials and things that they need to do. But it was great and it worked fine for us. And by the way, it was also done by bursting function. So second holiday, bursting is great. What I can tell you now that users, they have the control. I just created this dashboard, and for the fields, the text field that you can see here, users were able always to change the text itself displayed on the admission letter. By changing the text inside, and you can see that this text is reflected to the right side on the text displayed on the admission letter. So this empowered the users at the end of the day and give them the chance to run or to make changes without the need to have someone, a report writer, to do this. Another example of using bursting is having the installment plan, Banner installment plan sent according, or any other kind of AR transaction, accounts receivable transactions, to be sent to email to students. As you can see, according to the type, maybe there are some of you familiar of Banner. According to the category, that the AR or the detail code category, we can define what can be sent to the student and to have the amounts displayed, as you can see, and formalize and personalize an email to each student according to his transactions. I think this is very good whenever there is something related to payment deadlines to students. One other thing that I would like to tell you is dashboards and using the Argos Web Viewer to be used in your campus. Argos Web Viewer is a thin client. You can use it using your browser. Very simple to be used. It just needs your credentials so you can access it. But the best about it that you can have whatever. You can have buttons. You can have whatever controls inside. It's like having a screen. So it is very easy for users who will be knowing what to do on Argos to create their own screens, maybe, to display data, or to run on and do some other functions like having this button, maybe to change data or to send an email. This is an example of the Argos Web Viewer models that we have. Users are actually right now opening this to get or print the fellowship applications added through the web by the students, and they can email this PDF file directly or the banded report directly to students whenever it is needed or to whoever have access to this. This is another example of the dashboards that we usually use. It is just before adopting DegreeWorks, we needed something to tell us about the course intake versus the declared major of the students. You can see the number of the students displayed to the left and the courses taken to the right. This is the OLAP function. It's also great to display data, especially on meetings when you want to have these numbers. And it's easily extracted into Excel. It just needs someone who knows some kind of SQL in a proper way or something, and you can get what you want from inside the system. This is another example of the dashboards that we have. It was just displaying for decision making the amounts according to each and every detail account on banner based on the term. It's also kind of an OLAP display in the system. The best about Argos that we created this OLAP, yes, but we did not create the chart to the right. It just runs by just clicking on the button on the top, showing the chart. We did not do this. It's just displayed according to the data. And this is a great thing to be done. Yes, we consider Argos as a success story, as we have users who request too much reports, and now they are able to do the reports by their own, and they are requesting for more security high privileges, like being a data block designer. I can tell you that the system is having a very high usage. We are running maybe more than thousands of schedulers on a daily basis, and we are happy with the results. From the behind, I would like to thank all the support team who is always supporting to all of the cases that I have put through the system. They were always great, and they never failed me. Thank you very much.